Welcome to Aptitude for Placements, and my name is Ranjit. I have conducted this aptitude training program at various engineering colleges all over India, and every year thousands of students get placed by attending this aptitude training program. Here you will find all the questions that are commonly encountered in most of the aptitude tests. These are the questions that keep on repeating in many of these tests. So just familiarize yourself with all these questions and you will have a clear advantage when you attempt your actual placement test. Let's start. We need to read the passage and answer the questions that follow. The passage is about a volcano called Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius is located in the country of Italy, and adjacent to Mount Vesuvius there were two famous cities. One is called Pompeii and the other is called Herculaneum. Now, the passage mostly talks about a volcanic eruption of Mount Vesuvius that happened in the year AD 79. And because of this eruption, it caused a lot of damage to both the cities, Pompeii as well as Herculaneum. Initially, the passage talks about the destruction to the city called Herculaneum. The volcano poured a huge river of molten rock upon Herculaneum and it completely buried the city. So Herculaneum was completely destroyed. Then it talks about the damage caused to the city called Pompeii. There is a large quantity of cinders, stone and ash was rained down on Pompeii. As a result, many of the houses in Pompeii was destroyed. The other destruction was that poisonous sulfuric gases were released into the air. As a result, lot of people became suffocated. Now, recently, many of these scientists they have studied the damage that has been caused to Pompeii and Herculaneum. One of the findings of the scientists is that there was a river called Sarno at that time, and because of the eruption, the river Sarno was diverted from its course. Another finding is that Mount Vesuvius caused a huge tidal wave. Generally, it talks about the tragic consequences of the volcanic eruption. Finally, it says that scientists are now able to predict eruptions and thereby they are able to save lives and they are able to prevent this kind of destruction of cities also. Let us start now. Which of the following can be inferred about Mount Vesuvius? Look at option A. It has erupted more than once. That is true. That is mentioned in the first line of the paragraph. That is Mount Vesuvius, a volcano located between the ancient cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum, has received much attention because of its frequent and destructive eruptions. So, frequent eruptions. So, it has erupted more than once. So, that is clearly mentioned. Option A is the right answer. Hence, option A is right. Let us look at the other options. It has not erupted in the last 1000 years. That is not mentioned. May be true, may not be true. The only city that was affected by its eruption was Pompeii. That is wrong. We know that in that eruption, when it is mentioned, two cities were affected, Pompeii and Herculaneum. So only Pompeii is wrong. The eruption had no effect on the oceans. That is wrong. The eruption caused a tidal wave. So definitely it had an effect on the oceans. So D is also wrong. Correct answer is option A. The poisonous gases were not dash in the air. So we need to fill in the blanks. Look at option A, able to float. That is the correct answer. So let us look at that part where this sentence comes. Now, it is mentioned that these heavy gases were not buoyant in the atmosphere. That is, it was not able to float. Therefore, it sank towards the earth and suffocated the people. So, option A is the right answer. That is, the poisonous gases were not able to float in the air. As a result, it came down and it suffocated the people. So it was not able to float in the air. So option A is the right answer. It was not visible. No, that is not mentioned. Nothing to do with evaporation, nothing to do with visibility all. So option A, it was not able to float in the air. So option A is the right answer. Dash have concluded that the volcanic eruption caused a tidal wave. Now look at the options. Scientists who study rocks, scientists who study atmospheric conditions, and so on. So let us look at that sentence where it talks about the tidal wave. Now here it is mentioned, meteorologists studying these events have also concluded that Vesuvius caused a huge tidal wave. This was concluded by meteorologists. Meteorologists are scientists who study the atmosphere. So scientists who study atmospheric conditions have concluded that the volcano eruption caused a tidal wave. Hence option B is the right answer. Which of the following can be inferred about volcanoes? They often cause tidal waves. In some cases, volcanoes can cause tidal waves, as in the case of Mount Vesuvius. But you cannot say they often cause tidal waves. In some cases, they may cause. So, often cause tidal waves, that is wrong. They often result in death and destruction. No, it may cause death and destruction. Especially towards the end of the passage, it is said that scientists are now able to predict volcanoes. As a result, death and destruction has reduced a lot. So volcanoes often cause death and destruction. That is wrong. Scientists are unable to predict volcanic eruptions. That is also wrong. It is clearly mentioned that scientists are now able to predict volcanic eruptions. They may change the course of rivers. Yes, it is true. They may change the course of rivers. That is, it is clearly mentioned that when Mount Vesuvius erupted, it changed the course of the river called Sarno. So option D is the right answer. The meaning of the word conflagration. Conflagration means fire. So correct answer is option D, fire. Let me briefly explain how to prepare for your aptitude test. First of all, you need to familiarize yourself with all the questions that have been worked out here. These are the questions that keep on repeating in many of the aptitude tests. After that, you need to attempt practice tests. According to me, you need to attempt at least 10 practice tests before your actual placement test. Here, I will be giving you 10 practice tests, and these practice tests will be ideal for you to improve your test scores. The 10 practice tests are available at a cost of only Rs 200. So all that you need to do is make a payment of Rs 200 either through Google Pay or through Phone Pay or through Paytm, and you will receive the 10 practice tests. The details of the payment comes next.